Welcome to this episode of the Million Dollar Mastermind. I'm Larry Weidel, and before we get started, if you want to know exactly how to win again and again, go to weidelonwinning.com/webinar now to watch something I've put together for you. Now let's get going into this episode of Million Dollar Mastermind. I am excited to talk to somebody who knows winning, and especially from the rough and tumble world of the oil industry, among others. And help me welcome Robert Burr. Welcome, Robert.
Well, thank you very much, buddy boy. I'm proud to be here.
And
let's have some fun together.
Let's have some fun. Let's talk about winning. And I bet you got some stories to tell, some insights. And you said you just got back from being a featured speaker at a convention down in New Orleans.
Yep, sure did. Had a ball.
And what was that? And I decided I'd let, however they introduced you, that's how we're going to introduce here. And so how did that go?
Oh, it was beautiful. It's the New Orleans Money Show. Brian London is the head guy, owns it, and been down there with him. I guess we've been going for 20, 25 years. And the real estate guys, another group that I'm very, very indebted to. They've meant a lot to me and the family. We go on their cruises every year, and I'm also on the alumni for them. But you know, you're talking about winning.
But they introduced you. Let's get the introduction in. They introduced you how?
Me as Bob Burr, Panex president, and here we go. That's about it.
And for 47 years in the
47 years in the industry, I had to have done something right to get to hang around here that long. Started in the business when I was 27 years old, and here I am, 75, going on about 50. People like my energy level. I don't seem to get tired like a lot of them do. I just love living life. I had to develop a philosophy when I was just a young kid. I was working in plants, and I was a football player and an athlete. And I loved the accolades you got through when you got through playing. I could go downtown the next morning, our little town, and I was getting those hugs and all that. And very important to me. And all of a sudden I'm working out in the real world, and there was no hugging, there was no nothing. It was just a job. And I was the worst employee you could hire because I just wasn't into it. Had a wife and 2 children. They called me the overtime kid because I would work, but I was never into it. And one morning I'm walking out of the plant, 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, and here comes this fella on a fork truck. And he's driving this truck, and he's about 60 years old. And I looked at that guy, and I looked at me, and I got cold chills all over me because that was me 30, 40 years from now. So I left that plant, and I went home and got my sweet little wife. And I said, babe, get a sign to sell this little house. I'm heading back to school. I don't know what's out there, but this is not my deal. We didn't have any money. So it's strictly a gut check on me because I've got to pay my way. I'm a very prideful guy. I don't ask for much. And that's when the journey started to where we are today. I found a sales job in insurance, and I was a lifetime member of the $1 Million Round Table, and I did all that stuff. I could do it. Tell you a quick little story. I went to my first class in Dallas to learn how to do their presentation and whatever they had. It was a week long. And that Saturday morning, the head guy, and he was a beautiful guy, tremendous, good looking fella, strong guy. But anyway, he failed me. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, Mr. Bailey, you don't know me. When I get home, I'm going to kick everybody's rumps that's here. I will kill them. In fact, in 90 days, you'll fly me back to Dallas, Texas, and I'll speak to your next group of people. Watch my smoke. And I sure enough, I went back and I worked 18 hours a day, and I did beat them, and I was rookie of the year with the company, and I did all that. But I figured out work's free. They even pay you for it. If you're twice as good as me at selling, if I work twice as hard as you, guess what? I can at least match you. Well, if I'm better than you, I'm gonna beat you. So it's no big deal, it's numbers. Are you willing to pay the price for the success that you can get by working 18 hours a day? Or would you rather be playing tennis with the boys at 5 o'clock, acting like you have something when you don't really have anything? And that's been my philosophy my whole life. Saturdays, Sundays, makes no difference. One of my pledges to my partners is if you call me whatever time it is during the day, I guarantee I will call you back before 10 o'clock that night. You'll hear from me. And I live by that. I love living life, this game we call life, and I have to put it in a game. Thank God it's not 9 innings. We get to keep on playing and keep on playing. We woke up, we were 5 years old, and here we are. It was all free. Now, what we do with it's pretty expensive sometimes. And I elect to go down a path that we chose. We got in the oil business. It's a fun, exciting business. If anybody tells you you don't lose in oil business, they're lying to you. You do lose, but you also win. And we've been able to stay in this business and do good for lots of years. And that's where I'll be. And I'm still trying to get 10-year leases, so I'm not sweating it.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of information online, but there aren't a lot of people who've actually done something. In my case, I've actually built a successful business that's accrued over $5 billion in assets under management and has done well even during trying times. Now, if you want to know exactly how I've done this, go to whitelmwinning.com/webinar now. I've compressed a decade of learning into 5 short weeks just for those of you who want to give yourself an incredible advantage and are tired of waiting and watching others move up.
All right. Now, talk about that. That couldn't be the first time in your life you took a stand for yourself when you quit that job and went out on your own. You had to already have that in you, that thing, that confidence in yourself, even though you didn't know what, you didn't know where, you didn't know how, but you knew you would.
I had the winning in me from playing ball.
Yeah.
It's the fourth quarter. It's 3 minutes, 2 minutes in the game. Everybody's wore out, and I'd get in the middle of their action and say, "Wore out my blank. Let's go." And we win. We win. We win. I've recruited sales guys. I've been a coach, whatever you want to call it, for years. And I said, okay, here's how we work around here. When you come in here, we're capitalists. We show up to make money. However, we also are social in the sense of appreciating you and your efforts. And I will hug you. I will support you. I will carry you on my back. I will do everything you've never seen, the kind of care that you will get by being involved with us. Now, I won't have to fire you, but if your spirit can't handle that type of love, hugging, appreciating, you'll leave on your own. That's how it works. So we didn't lose many people. They understood that. I said, however, you're going into a situation here that I'm going to ask you to dig me a ditch, and it's damn near straight uphill. I want it 5 feet wide and 3 feet deep. And when you get to the top of that, it's going to take you probably 2.5 to 3 years. You're going to break a lot of shovels. You're going to break your ankle. You're going to fall out of the ditch and roll back to the bottom. You're going to be busted up. You're going to be discouraged. You're going to be crying to yourself. But when you get to the top, you're going to be making $250,000 a year. Now, are you willing to pay that price? It's not easy. Nobody said it was easy. All I've ever done with my prayers to my good Lord, I don't care if it's easy. I don't give up. I don't care about any of that. All I want you to do, God, is keep me pumped up and don't let me get weak and lay down. The one sin that you just can't, to me, is laying down on the good Lord when he gave you the talent to climb any mountain in the world. And buddy, when I look at him one of these days, and I'll get to see him, I'm gonna say, Lord, you know, you didn't give me that big old computer up there. I didn't have about 3 bytes in it, but I maxed it out. I did not cheat you out of anything you gave Robert D. Burr. And that's how I live. And I live it every day. And that's the facts. That's how it works.
Unbelievable, Robert. And obviously that bottom line approach you had for yourself, and you found the words to pass it on. I've never heard anybody come up with a better way of starting a new person who's going to be on a commission or going to be on a, control their income and have to take responsibility to learn something new. I've never heard anybody explain it better in a shorter, concise way. That was fun to hear.
If you enjoyed what you've heard and are dead serious about finding out for yourself exactly how this works in the real world, I've taken the most valuable business lessons I've learned over 40 years and put them into something for you to watch. Go to whiteelemwinning.com/webinar now in order to move up as fast as possible. I'm Larry Weidel, and I run the $1 Million Mastermind. Go, go, go.